Hello, my name is Dr. John Galeotto. With me, I have the honor to introduce Mr. James Brian Ndwatwa, who is the founder of a very important organization in Africa, particularly in the country of Uganda, named Incredible Youth International. Mr. Ndwatwa is visiting Houston and also other parts of the United States in a mission to understand more of cultural activities, partnerships, and related events or tasks that can be useful to the organization, in addition to other important tasks that he have regarding his mission come to the United States. Mr. Ndwatwa?
Yes. Hello everyone, I am so grateful for this opportunity to be able to come and speak about Incredible Youth International. I'm James Brian Ndwatwa from Kampala, Uganda. I am the president and founder of Incredible Youth International and also the vice president of advancement or institutional advancement for a university in Uganda called Advanced International University.
Yes,
I'm so glad to be here.
Yes. Mr. Ndwatwa, please tell us a little bit about the organization that you have founded and you're the president of, its mission, goals, the merit, the impact.
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. First and foremost, Incredible Youth was founded in 2005 and registered within the government of Uganda in 2007. On the 25th of July, we have been to schools, we have been to universities, we've been to communities to help young people through empowerment. Our focus is to unveil the deepest potentials of young people in areas of talent, business, profession, and education, and also to teach them leadership skills which comprise of communication skills, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration, amongst others.
Well, from what I understand, and I have heard numerous times before, through education we have transformation and we have economic empowerment.
Yes.
Could you relate that concept to the Incredible Youth International and how it impacts the country of Uganda? I understand that the country of Uganda is, the population is very young.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, thank you so much. In fact, when you look at our country's population, you realize that more than half of the 42 million people that we have in the country are below the ages of 19 years old. Our country is marked as the second youngest population in the world, with a percentage or population of over 77% of young people under the age of 30 years old, which literally brings the focus on helping empower young people, because then they can become a resource or an asset or a challenge if not worked on very well. I'll tell you how we work with the young people is to introduce to them an aspect of communication skills, whereby in communication people learn how to talk and experience themselves. The education system that we have in our country, and probably in most parts of the world, focuses on keeping young people silent while they listen to instructions from the teacher or professor and not involve themselves in asking questions. In fact, in Africa, where I come from, especially Uganda, young people are asked to keep quiet or face a punishment. They put in class a class monitor to make sure that young people are silent. And in the process of silence, these young people cannot be able to express themselves. And yet, as soon as they leave college or university, the entire world expects them to communicate, to do interviews, to do proposals, to make presentations, to pray. So the world is about communication. Even in the Christian perspective, you realize that God started the world through communication by saying, let there be, and things started manifesting. So communication is a very important aspect for any economic development, because whenever you're going to go to request for financial aid, you need to be able to express yourself and tell the world what you're looking for. And when now we go to creativity, which we train, is we believe that creativity leads to productivity. If you're not creative, if you don't have a product to sell, then it's hard to be resourceful, then it's hard to find something that you can sell in exchange for money, in exchange for the things that you're looking for. So that creativity is what we keep asking young people to embrace. Now, when you are creative enough and you have enough production, then you need to lay strategies and policies of selling your product beyond where you can reach, beyond your individual space. Now, what we adopt is critical thinking. We believe that companies like KFC, Amazon are able to grow because of systems and structures and policies, including innovation, coming up with new ideas that can help the leaders of these wonderful companies sell without being present. And now that requires a bit of critical thinking, which leads to innovation. Lastly is collaboration. We tell young people to start working together as a team, because no matter how powerful, how intelligent one individual can be, it is almost impossible to come up with a system that can take you forward without involving other people. We need one another, we need to collaborate. The United States of America is so powerful and rich because it decided to collaborate, to work together, to unite with so many states that it occupies and became one big country. And because of that, the economy is great, the resources are great, the impact is great on the rest of the world. So this is what we are telling young people to start adopting and be able to embrace the challenges that are affecting them.
Great. This is very challenging, but this is good to know, good to hear. You're doing a great job, ensuring that the youth of the country of Uganda is directed towards innovation, towards empowerment, towards creativity, analytical and critical thinking skills, communications, consistency, accountability, moving forward, etc. This is great. On the other hand now, this is for the youth.
Yeah.
What about the teachers and the family?
Yes.
And you shared with us before that students have learned to not to say things, to be quiet, if I may.
Yeah.
And therefore, are the faculty members, are the teachers in Uganda open-minded, eager to accept change, to be creative as well, and teach the students the skills, the competencies, and other tools that these young people require in order to grow, their minds better in today's world. Things are moving, technology is evolving, and so, therefore, teachers, do they teach relevancy in addition to soft skills? Parents, do they accept this change, that teaching of relevancy in addition to the soft skills? Can you elaborate that?
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Actually, we try to do workshops to train teachers, to train community leaders in understanding the power of communication, of being creative, because then they themselves need a little bit of creativity. Why? Because they are, the curriculum in our country was was created in 1963, and so they have been teaching this curriculum over
So it hasn't been
it
evolved.
has not been changed until
changed.
recently,
Okay.
when the government of Uganda, of course through the office of the First Lady, who now became the minister, the cabinet minister for education, and she has really done a very powerful job. Sat down and decided to change and transform the curriculum of the country, to integrate these key leadership skills, to create more time for young people to concentrate and come up with ideas and creative skills of managing their time, to change the entire setting. It had started in 2020, unfortunately COVID came and put everything on pause, but we are getting back to school and we are regaining. And then there is also a need to retrain the teachers. And now one of the things I did when I discovered that is to start establishing partnership strategies with the government. And what I did was to confront the Ministry of Education and ask them to establish a National Career Guidance Day. And the National Career Guidance Day was simply to align the students, the parents, the teachers, the policy makers, and all the different other stakeholders on one platform to come up with strategies.
So Incredible Youth International
Yes.
is taking the leadership
Absolutely.
in this
regard. And we are very grateful that the Ministry of Education embraced this day and it was officially gazetted. We requested for it, it went through the processes, and we got 20th March as the official National Career Guidance Day, which will be happening every 20th of March moving forward. And in this day, we will be remembering and giving ourselves tasks on how to integrate every stakeholder in terms of transforming the education sector and the lives of young people. Yeah.
Great, this is outstanding, this is good news. Things are moving forward in the right direction. My other question is, how do you measure success? So Incredible Youth International has, I believe, over 25,000 kids, impacting, its message. But then how do you measure results?
Okay.
So how are these kids performing after moving forward, leaving, the Incredible Youth International? They're moving forward with their lives, careers, etc. So how does this organization measure success?
Thank you so much. First and foremost, we look at the numbers and then we measure impact based on the numbers of the people that we've reached out. We started this campaign in 2005. I was a very young teenage boy. I was still in my senior 5 or form 5, and I don't know how to measure that in which year in the US, but it's secondary in Uganda, secondary in senior 5. When you finish senior 6, that's when you graduate to join
elementary
university.
school.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
University. Okay.
It's from secondary that you join university.
It's like high school.
Yeah, high school. Yeah,
okay.
High school, form 5, and I started reaching out to schools. We have so many schools in the country, and I have personally been to about 1,600 schools, and the push that keeps me going is the fact.
Are these high schools or elementary schools?
They're both high schools and universities.
Oh, universities, okay.
Yes, including vocational institutes.
Okay.
So the push that keeps me going to this school is a measure of success. There's so many young people that are always eager to listen to me, to give me time. The opportunity of being able to approach the government and they consider what I'm saying shows that we are progressing and succeeding in a right direction. We have been able to register a network.
How do you define the right direction, and how do you measure succeeding by the government?
Exactly. First and foremost, if you can get attention, because communication, the basis of communication is to get positive feedback. If people cannot respond to your cry, then it's almost, if people are blind to what you're communicating to them, then it implies you have no impact in life and you don't have any influence. If they are blind to what you're saying, it's like talking to a wall. If you get no response, then it implies that you have no impact whatsoever. But if you tell a young person to change their ideas and attitudes, and you see them changing from who they were to something else, Then we have parents who keep coming to our offices in Uganda and asking us to spend more time with their children.
Can you share some examples?
Yeah.
Like a youth that was like this before and now
Okay.
like that, because you impact them.
I don't know about the privacy of the personal privacy, but I will be specific. I have talked to 25 young people out of committing suicide, and they were at the verge, and everyone knew that these people were ready. They had written letters saying
Wow.
goodbye to their friends and family and parents, and they were ready to end their lives. And
Wow.
this is not only in Uganda. In fact, I have realized that the most successful country on earth have the young people trying to waste away their lives. The 5 young people that I talked to on different occasions out of committing suicide were from Switzerland. These are young people that literally had everything in their families. Their parents bought them all these wonderful games. They had movies, they had internet, but the isolation. Parents are so busy, they wake up in the morning and go to work, and these kids go to school, come back home. It is the same routine. So they were bored, and they didn't have any human to talk to apart from the games. So they decided to realize that it is no longer important. They are probably useless. That's why they're neglected by their parents and their friends.
And where are they now?
They are in
Are they school? Are they?
They have finished school and they're working in banks, and they're sharing wonderful testimonies. And that is why Incredible Youth has grown from a tiny country in Uganda to 60 countries globally. So it is not easy for something to leave Africa and get adopted in the other
And
parts
you
of
have
the
traveled
world.
to all of these 60 countries. That is incredible.
Absolutely, and that is why I'm here in the United States right now.
You've been here, it's the third time, right?
Exactly. And then I've also seen young people at our local universities with literally no school fees that the organization has supported. But right now they are working at the UN headquarters in New York, and in fact I have 3 members of Incredible Youth. Just like, I don't know the policies of speaking out names, but these young people can come out one day to say that because of Incredible Youth mentorship and guidance, I've been able to dream beyond what I thought I could do, and now here I am. So we have seen that. And then, of course, in our database, we have registered to young people that have signed up to the organization over the years, and we have a network of 2.9 million young people globally. Although in a yearly basis, we have an average target of 25,000 young people. Yeah, but this is the impact. And then the other thing is that we are no longer doing much as an institution. The young people are talking to each other.
So they are advocating,
absolutely,
about the good things,
exactly.
the measurable outcomes, the qualifiable outcomes.
Exactly.
This is great, outstanding. Now the thing is, now you have a country that is the second youngest in the world, right?
Yes.
So Incredible Youth.
Yes.
2.5 million people, members across the world.
Yeah.
About 26,000 in the country of Uganda.
Yes.
So, in order for a country, to my understanding, to grow, it requires a strong workforce.
Yes.
For the little bit of knowledge I have on workforce, I presume that this youth will become the country's backbone regarding to economic development, because let's face it, no matter what we do, no matter how much we grow in terms of industry, business organizations related to that, etc., you need skilled, competent individuals to run them. You need hands, you need minds, and you need a sustainable, innovative network of professionals to continue on that moving forward and sustain it. So tell us the impact of Incredible Youth International with regards to workforce development of the country of Uganda, current and future trends, or plans moving forward.
Two things, and thank you so much for that wonderful question. One, because of my activities, I was still telling you the achievement. I was requested to become the vice president of institutional development for a major university in Uganda. It is based on the impact that I've been able to create in society, that the board and the council of a whole university decides that I can represent their interests. And moving forward, part of what I've done is to connect it to an international university, the Southern University at Shreveport. And this is where we are going to be able to access wonderful courses like aerospace engineering, which is basically airframe and power plant maintenance, nursing, then the workforce development. Our target is that through this collaboration between Southern University at Shreveport and Advanced International University, we can bring professional professors that can be able to help with the workforce development curriculum, which will center on identifying the needs of both businesses and companies in the East African regions, and then create a curriculum based on the needs so that young people are trained in order to meet the expectations of the companies on the ground. The second thing when it comes to creativity is we have partnered with the Bank of Uganda to literally establish a bank that can be able to have a different way of empowering young people, because the current rate, the interest rate apparently in our local banks is 16 to 23%, which is almost impossible for anyone to be able to do business after getting loans. We want to be able to bring it down to as low as between 5 to 10%, depending on the period that the young people will be able to return the money, to give them an opportunity to start their own businesses as they are gaining the skills through the workforce development course, but then to be able to access financing and cash flow in order to be able to boost their own establishments.
So from what I understand here, you are the Credible Youth International in collaboration with Advanced University,
yes,
if I may, and the Southern University of Shreveport.
Yes.
Not only are strategically planning to grow the workforce population in the country of Uganda, also expand the workforce skills and competences across the board,
yes,
and standardize potentially many of them. But further, when you mention individuals to start their own business,
yes,
so now we have a process of developing young entrepreneurs.
exactly.
So I suspect
Yes.
that effort is going to lead in that direction.
Yes.
So young entrepreneurs now, Incredible Youth International,
Yes.
you develop the process, the skills of communications and the follow-ups and consistency,
Yes.
and so forth. Then these are requirements, soft skills requirements, if I may, for someone to get into become entrepreneur.
Yes.
Financial support and easiness of procedures and processes, streamline them into one rather than 15 or 16, if I'm just making up a number now.
Exactly.
So, therefore, that is a strong impact. So, and I think the country of Uganda is developing a strong industrial force,
Yes.
from now until 2025.
Yes.
Can you relate all of them for the good of the economic growth of the country, now that new resources are being discovered, coming to fruition, if I may? These are natural resources.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to also agricultural, environmental preservation, manufacturing, etc. But there is an area there that really links Uganda and Houston,
Yes,
a particular area, right?
Exactly.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, we are happy to inform the world that Uganda either joined the oil blessing or the oil curse in regards to having oil in our country. Some people call it a curse and others call it a blessing, but I will look at it as a blessing. One, it has helped us identify over 165,000 employment opportunities for young people instantly, because we're going to be building the pipeline, one of the longest heated pipeline from Hoima district, which is in Uganda, to Tanganyika, which is in Kenya, towards the seaport, so that we can be able to transport the oil. And then later on, the government has a plan of establishing a refinery, its own refinery, so that we can be able to produce oil and other affiliated gases for the benefit of the country.
So you produce,
yes,
and then you, through pipelines,
yes,
flow it through another country,
yes,
to the port for
international. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to be doing both export crude oil and then at the same time refine what we can use and sell to the neighboring countries, which is a very good direction from the government. But you realize that Incredible Youth is just one contribution of the so many contributions. The government of Uganda is doing a great work through the institutions of learning, through Makerere University, the national university that has trained more than 5 presidents around the world, and there's so many people that has existed for over 100 years. We have so many institutions that are doing the same. We have non-government organizations that are also trying their way to help with this kind of good impact in the lives of young people. We have the United Nations. In fact, I'm part of the Youth Coalition for Sustainable Development Goals, which are 17. So when you are coming up with the number, I thought you were going to come up to the 17 major challenges.
I'm very well aware of the 17 goals of UN.
Yes,
very well aware.
So yes, we want to be able to address all these other 17 goals, but at the same time also be able to find practical, tangible solutions. So as Incredible Youth, our niche is centered on training young people to be ready for the job market, either through entrepreneurship by themselves or through working with the different opportunities available, including the oil sector in the country. And if through Advanced International University we can be able to access training that can be able to boost that and prepare young people in terms of the skills to do it, welding, public safety, and other things related to this pipeline. And even after it has been constructed by 2025, that would be a great contribution, we believe, for the country and the world at large.
Well, this is great. That's what I was alluding to, actually.
Yes.
And because this is part of the Southern University at Shreveport and Advanced University is the development of workforce. Being experts and well recognized in the world of our capabilities, that is one way to look at measurable outcomes of well-established strategic partnership evolving in areas that will help effectively and efficiently measure industries such as the oil and gas industry. Workforce associated with these sort of industries are very complex. There's plenty of specializations. So working together, the universities are going to find solutions for these industries to move forward. From as you said correctly, welding, manufacturing, industrial safety, monitoring, cybersecurity, IT, data analytics associated with that, and flow level, temperature, pressure control, operations training, extraction, and so for operations, in addition to transporting and exporting, and then all of the logistics associated with that and the impact of the environment, you will see financial support, other resources of the country of Uganda, such as, and the regional and the East Africa region.
Yes.
So I presume that you want to take a leadership role in that regard. Other areas will be construction, agricultural, environmental preservation, energy,
Yes.
overall infrastructure, and energy and infrastructure is a hot topic these days.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I see now, if I can share that with you, please correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes, yes.
that the Credible Youth International is a building block for the growth of the workforce, in addition to workforce of the country of Uganda. Let's understand that everything we do is workforce.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're the president, the vice president, it's workforce. I mean, you're working for the good of the country.
Yes.
So, and that, it's, so what are the plans moving forward for Incredible Youth International? What have you, tell us a little bit about the strategy of the immediate, short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals of the organization moving forward, impacting this revolution, rather this evolution of growth of the country of Uganda.
First and
And
foremost,
economic development.
exactly. First and foremost, I really also thank you for that wonderful question. We are patiently working with the government. They take time to make formidable decisions towards such incredible opportunities for all. And we have just concluded a campaign. In fact, yesterday, on the 12th of May 2021, is when our beloved president was swearing in for the term. So that in that period, everything had to be on hold until he's officially brought in the government in order for him to function, and it was a wonderful event. And so we are waiting for a directive in regards to what we can do as Incredible Youth with the guidance of Ministry of Education. But on top of that, our projects as Incredible Youth and initiatives are still going on, especially in terms of establishing partnerships with people, so that in case the government is interested to listen to what we have to offer, we are readily available to present the solutions in regards to the workforce development. We have the key trainers that we will be able to present on board. Secondly, we have begun the campaign of raising funds to establish a bank, and we are trying to change the ideology of Africans moving to the rest of the world and asking for support. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the challenge is that it is not sustainable. Time and again, people donate, and they donate until they die. Now, once someone is dead, they can no longer donate. Or institutions donate until they run bankrupt, and they can no longer do that. Or they even close up. We just had negative news that one of the strongest foundations of Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced. So that will definitely affect so many organizations that have been relying on their donations and grants. So what we are looking at is how can we establish partnerships with people that are willing to invest in a bank, but then get their money back.
How about the people's innovation and creativity?
Yes.
Invest in your own people, their own minds.
Yes.
I hear
Yes.
that Uganda has a very progressive, capable, well-established president, well-known with his leadership skills and vision, and also an excellent cabinet associate surrounding, to ensure that his vision and robust is going to be implemented. So what about investing in the people, in the people's mind and creativity as entrepreneurs, as inventors, as researchers, as capable skilled, competent individuals and grow within the country outwards. Certainly, it's good to have partnerships, financial or otherwise. The outside world always looks, okay, what are you guys doing? How stable are you? How creative are you? Me as an industry to come to Uganda to set home to produce, do I have access to a location where I can have a plant? Do I have local workforce to support my needs? Do I have access to send my products out and access to get my starting materials in to operate? So I think investing deeply and prioritize to the people of Uganda is priority. Incredible Youth plays a protagonist role in that regard.
Yes. To answer that, thank you so much. Our government has really done a major role.
Yes.
First, it has established 18 industrial zones across the country. And these are zones of a minimum of 6,000 square miles for each industrial zone, so that companies can be built. And then it has established infrastructure in these zones to enable companies. In fact, one of the other things that the government is working on is to build an airport in each and every industrial zone, so that if investors are coming from different parts of the world, they can land exactly in the industrial zone, so that they don't have to travel long hours on the road, because of the fact that before we only had two major airports and a few airstrips. So that is one of the achievements that the government is working on. And then it is also revising its policies, like creating incentives for investors, like a tax holiday for a certain period of time, depending on the type of investment that the investor is bringing on board, providing almost free land in the industrial zone. So that, and then the government has also established vocational training institutions.
Very good.
It is yet to have the professional or updated machinery and training that can serve on a global scale, but it has to start.
So everything is underdeveloped.
Exactly. Everything is under progress.
Progress. On progress.
Yeah, but so our niche is, for us, what we identified with what we could do as Incredible Youth is to work with both the local talent, the local young people, the local partners, and our international partners, because we have stretched to 60 countries globally. So we are trying to bring everyone together and see how we can raise resources to boost the entrepreneurship spirit in our country.
So I have another question for you.
Thank you.
And that question relates perhaps, where I come from.
Yes.
So can you share some insights about the Greek community in the country of Uganda?
Yes.
How well are they established? Do you have any relationships with the community, the Greek community there, the church, name it, anything you want to share?
Thank you so much. That is a very wonderful question. I want to assure you that our Christian community has a lot in relationship with the Greek community in regards to
the Orthodox Church, right?
The Orthodox Church in Uganda, in regards to the Omuruka, the Archbishop of the Orthodox Church, who is very strongly affiliated to the Interreligious Council of Uganda,
really?
Which brings together all the Christians, and he has been very, very instrumental in bringing the community, the unity in the Christian community, including promoting peace and religion amongst the key people of the country. And he's one of the key people that has been very instrumental in advising our president on the holistic works in terms of our country. And we are grateful. We have not yet identified a special network of the Greek community in Uganda, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to come to Uganda to establish. We need a Greek restaurant. We need a Greek. I know there is there's a church. There's an Orthodox church. We need more. And we need businesses from the Orthodox community in Uganda, so that then we can be able to move forward together. There is a lot of potential. Uganda is about 280,000 square miles. That is the land mass, and I can guarantee you we have not even developed half of this mass.
Oh, my goodness.
So there is a lot of room for growth. And Uganda is the Pearl of Africa. What makes it the Pearl of Africa? It has the best weather. It still has the best soils because the equator passes right in the middle of the country. There is a natural resource base for any potential investor. It's like Greece. It's like the Greek islands. So you should be able to consider it as one of your key tourist destinations. And I strongly believe that we have some Greek individuals, but an association of the Greek community has not yet been
there's this progress, you know,
Yes.
food for thought, you know,
Yes.
moving forward.
Yes.
Well, it is, and you know, today we cover, you know, the mission, the role, the goals, achievements of youth, Credible Youth International, the partnership, which is a partnership that I have been involved as well, between Southern University at Shreveport, Louisiana, United States, and Avance International University in Uganda. And I believe the process, the activation of this relation is going to start, I believe, in August, moving forward. So all the key parameters are being implemented and correlated and appropriately connected, so they are working in that regard. We talked about the workforce development of the country, new investments and resources of energy and potentials for the outside world to invest. But also the most important is for the country of Uganda, the government of Uganda, to invest in its own people, its own workforce. And one area that we did not talk about is healthcare. In order for a country, what I believe, a country to grow, its government is responsible for three areas, major areas. Keep the people healthy, keep the people safe, and keep the people educated. So when you are healthy, safe, and educated, then you return to the country.
Yes.
You put your mind down and you start creating, evolving, moving around, developing, producing, you know, training and so forth, discovering, inventing for the good. But you need to be maintained safe, educated, and relevantly, and healthy.
Yes.
So what do you think? Is this something that Uganda is looking into implementing or ensure that is in place?
Yes, I will tell you for sure that it is work in progress. Uganda is regarded as the pearl in terms of quite a number of things. It is the center of peace in Africa. Our president has won so many awards in promoting peace. Our Ugandan troops are in almost 17 countries across Africa in terms of maintaining peace. I believe the American government has found it much easier to work with the Ugandan security organizations in the different battles and wars that it has been involved in, including Iraq, including Iran, including Afghanistan. We have had several troops from Uganda in tens of thousands that have joined the US Army to go and help in restoring peace. United Nations, through AMISON, In fact, the base of the security
Mhm.
of the United Nations is at Entebbe in Uganda.
Right.
So it is from Uganda that they go to reach out to Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia. It is through Uganda that we are able to establish the new country, South Sudan, and that is peace. So there are so many honors, to the extent that even the presidential son is involved in the army to try to help bring about peace across the region of East Africa. Now, when it comes to health, several hospitals are being built. The government eradicated polio in Uganda with, of course, international aid. We do not have any challenge with polio, and yet at the time when the NRM government came to power, we had so many incidences with polio. When it comes to HIV and AIDS, we're at 1.40%, the entire country.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, having HIV and AIDS. It has reduced to 5%.
Okay.
It is miraculous, but the messages, especially from the office of the First Lady,
Yes.
who began USO, and she advocated for abstinence or remaining faithful without even including the C, which is condom use.
But
she
COVID.
was very, even COVID. When you look at COVID, the rest of the world thought that Uganda and African countries people are going to die like nothing. But I want to assure you that we have less than 1,000 deaths in Uganda.
Yeah, I've read about that, and the
Yeah.
progress and the
Exactly.
care they have.
And now
So-
the vaccination has also begun. So in the last close to 6 months, we have
Mhm.
not had any death of COVID. And yet, even right now, when we saw that in India, the numbers
Oh,
had
yeah.
started growing, the government acted immediately, and they stopped flights from India. And even, the United States, but we are categorized in Class B. So I had to take my vaccination shot
Yes.
before I get back to country, so that then I don't take the disease to the people of Uganda. So with health, the government has really tried its best. In education, they introduced what they call the universal primary education and the universal secondary education, which is an opportunity for every Ugandan to be able to go to school.
So I believe it's free.
It's free. It's free from the government. It is not the best. I can't say that it is anyone would like to take their
But you
child.
mentioned work in progress.
Absolutely. It is very, very essential to the people of Uganda, because Uganda is regarded as the #1 speaking country in Africa.
Speaking?
English
Oh,
speaking.
speak English. Okay.
English speaking country in Africa, and Uganda is also regarded as the #1 entrepreneurial country in the world, not in Africa alone. but
Is
in
this
the world.
the result of
Part of
Incredible Youth International? So now you have
Yes, this is a product of Incredible Youth International.
Oh, yeah,
and,
there you are.
I'm here to promote
so
some of it.
you justify that you are #1 entrepreneurs,
Yes.
right?
And most of the Ugandans that move out of Uganda are always trying so hard to bring resources back
Absolutely,
to
absolutely.
develop the country.
Well, resources do come. So first of all, do I need a visa to visit the country?
Of course, we have the cheapest and the easiest way to come to Uganda. You can get the visa online at only $50.
So so I need a visa.
Yes, you need a visa.
Okay.
And you can
So if I
even-
go to the airport, I say,
Yes.
I have a ticket, I go to the airport, so I'm going to Uganda, can I get a visa right there?
No, you have to go online.
Oh, you have to go
at the
online.
Ugandan
Okay, so I'll be
embassy,
prepared.
And
Okay.
you apply for a visa, and you pay online. Everything can be
Okay.
done online.
So now another area of, and I will, thing is tourism and culinary arts.
Yes.
So this is very important for people to go there. They need to be comfortable, and then real estate. So Incredible Youth International, and the relationship between the two universities moving forward, it is about entrepreneurship, but also perhaps individuals might be interested in buying land or buying real estate there, low interest, and also they would like to take a vacation there, or take what we call environmental vacation, spend a month in the field, and taste or exchange with the best or more notable foods, or of this nature, with the country. So can you relate that to according to your perception and experience, the Credible Youth International and Southern University Shreveport Advanced University? Can you connect that in a way that also reflects tourism and culinary arts and real estate?
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a very, very beautiful question. First and foremost, Incredible Youth works with young people in schools across the country and even beyond, which literally means that the kids that we are mentoring have parents, and these parents are involved in all sectors of economy across the country. So it is easier for us to access any service because we are mentoring the kids whose parents run these different sectors of economy. So the answer is yes, and something applies to Advanced International University. Our relationship is to be able to establish a strong trust that we already have with the parents of Uganda, who are also involved in the different sectors of economy. So our relationship to there's no way you can separate the young people to their parents or guardians. So it is because of that close partnership that through Incredible Youth we have been able to attract several investors, several tourists, several people that are interested in just coming to do an environmental holiday or vacation, and the story keeps going. We are by default ambassadors of hope to the people out there, regardless of where you are watching from, to attract you to come and get the best experience. Yes.
And that leads to lifelong learning.
Yes.
Across the board. And then a continuous education opportunities between the institutions, Incredible Youth, the parents, the communities, in a way that the learning is relevant, continuous, applicable, and micro-credentialing people's skills, and then makes the people, this young population of the country of Uganda, much more relevant in today's economic growth, technology, and beyond. It's like Uganda 4.0, if I may.
Yes.
Well, it's an honor, and it was a pleasure, Mr. Ndwatwa, to have a conversation with you about current topics associated between Uganda and the United States, particularly two institutions, Credible Youth International. You're doing a marvelous job. You need to be commended, and I'm looking forward to really continue the conversation, and potentially, of course, with the university, we will get engaged to a number of projects moving forward as part of growing relations.
Yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity of hosting me at this great platform, and I'm looking forward to working together with any of you out there that is willing to come and join us towards the development of the young people in Uganda and beyond. I want to take this wonderful opportunity to thank everyone that has been watching this great interview and this great show. Thank you so much for the organizers of this powerful platform for people like me to come and share with you the testimony of what is happening. I take this opportunity to call upon everyone that would like to come on board and partner with us and ask questions and support us in any way possible. We are working towards establishing a bank, and we have been getting resources from individuals. It's a charity organization. We have been having timely one-time donations from different institutions. We apply for proposals, and sometimes we get grants, sometimes we do not get, because some of the ideas are not pertinent to what the grants are put for or staged for. So this is the reason why I'm very happy and taking this appeal to anyone that finds it very crucial to empower young people through promoting the entrepreneurial skills. And we thought that the best way to do this is to put aside a fund that would enable them to come and get financial literacy, get access to resources, teach them about how to work in teams, and then grow Uganda. Uganda grown means the world grown. If Uganda is blessed, the rest of the world will eventually be partakers of the blessing. If Uganda is dying of coronavirus, it will have effects on everyone around the globe. So let us unite and work together as one individual to promote each other's well-being. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. James, for this conversation. The relationship between the two institutions moving forward, the Credible Youth International and its impact to the country of Uganda, and of course the resources, the new technologies and industry that is being innovatively developed in the country, talking about oil and gas and energy and infrastructure in general, are major topics at the moment for the region there, and of course globally, as the workforce of the country is going to be effectively and efficiently enhanced with new skills, competencies that are going to make a big impact to the economic growth and development of the region. Thank you all for listening to our conversation. I'm looking forward to more in the future.